You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do we? What?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of.
Okay.
Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Duffel.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
I don't know.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Well, that's
Do you think
important.
there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
I guess. Okay, Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He
Lagu.
was on his way to go exercise.
Yeah, that's
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even
Did
have a
they say
tracksuit.
what the tracksuit color
Exercising
was?
sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
I think that it's his account.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Yes. What he said now is just really odd. How did he mention it? Yes, it's the
We know
tracksuit.
he was on his way, so next is why did he choose?
What do you mean,
I got it! He picked that track. It matched the one the culprit was.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
How did he know it was blue? We never said it was blue.
Hold on a second, Mondo.
Kyoko's really smart.
What did you just say?
Getting him to, like, baiting him to say what the color of
What'd
it
I say?
was.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he was headed off that.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just. I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, because they were gone.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking
about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Oh, her tongue is like looped.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
So why didn't you say anything about him seeing it?
That can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Almost as if she's trying to hide it. Oh, so he stuffed the tracksuit in the bag before he left the warehouse.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Yeah, honestly.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
I love Kyoko. She's so
Focus
smart.
on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Why though?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. But he was acting?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a
Oh.
tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone!
Am I gonna have to
You've
do
been
that
all
one
over
thing
me,
again? I
judging
hate
everything I
it! I
say,
don't understand
putting
how it
words in my
works.
mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
You have a ghost friend?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
I don't remember.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
It has to be Chihiro's, right?
We know
She's the only one
Chihiro's
that's
handbook
missing.
was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Oh, by hitting the weak spot. I remember Monokuma telling us about the weak
The
spot.
handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Someone must have
Then we
figured it
can
out.
only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
Yeah, we're
I
asking
think
you.
it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Oh.
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away.
I never knew how saunas
That's why
worked
you may
until
feel
now.
a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Me too.
It's a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in
Anyway.
the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness?
Well, yeah,
and
and
it broke?
Mondo wore all his clothes in the
They'd
sauna.
realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Mondo did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Mondo. Or him. It was Mondo, because he had all his clothes on, and, I don't remember his name. He did it.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
And they switched, like, they got rid of Leon's, I guess.
Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Show us your handbook. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Probably the broken handbook, right?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I think that's...
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay, I think I know which one it is.
Let's test Makoto's. If what he says, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
Give us just some
if
extra
Mondo's
time.
handbook, that proves that what Makoto said.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
Doesn't, because this one that we have is broken.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
I bet it's Leon's. Oh, so he has his handbook. It was just Leon's.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Which, I don't know how that's
So then,
possible. Those things
The
are really
broken
strong.
handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that
No, because he stole it. We already went over that.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Oh, I guess that's true too.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong!
Oh yeah, they're like besties now, aren't
Everything
they?
you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing statement. Okay, so Chihiro got his little outfit. Saw in the duffel bag. He and put it away and said, "Oh, bye." Went to the locker room. Chihiro approached. Went in. Saw Mondo. They picked up the dumbbell. Killed Chihiro. sauna and they dropped it.
The killer is
I think that's
you.
right.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yes.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh, that wasn't right.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, she made her. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
He had the card. That was right. Ah! I'm normally good at these ones. What the heck? What else could it have been?
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim?
Okay, there we go.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation. making things even more complicated.
Why he did that, I have no idea. Or I don't. Did he like see them?
So, after stumbling
Like
on the
him switching
crime
the
scene,
stuff out.
he
I
went
wonder.
and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that 𝒑𝒍𝒂𝒄𝒆𝒔 was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Yeah, we did it!
Mondo Owada.
I'm still really sad about Chihiro.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
We already showed you all the evidence.
Evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Somehow show Mondo's handbook is where Mondo's handbook is right now. Let's do that.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
I forgot how to do this.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
I failed, but I don't know what I'm doing. I was hitting the wrong button.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen.
Oh, I think I figured it out.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I think I figured out how to do it. I won't know until the next time for sure, but
Is right.
I think I figured out how to do
Mondo
it.
must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
That takes so much concentration.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
The truth comes out. Ugh. I'm surprised I did so well. I still got an A! This is just like real school. I just kind of like flail around and hope that I do well eventually.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Mondo. Why would you kill Chihiro?
What?
Uh-oh. It looks like you got it right again. Yes, this is so. The Blackened. It is so. So the Blackened that killed Chihiro Funisaki was Mondo Wada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Cute.
Taka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the dangerous zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? He seems more upset than Mondo does about getting found out. Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key and fast forward the text.
This is the fourth wall break. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Funisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like this as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now no one will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, includes Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro just couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would have been the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, that I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought in front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask him to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. It sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro figured that even if he confided with Mono, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some... Aww. So he... Is that Chihiro saying that, or is that Monoguma saying that? Anyway, he went to ask Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. He thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever become close to that.
Correct.
I don't think I read that right, but it's okay. So then, oh gosh. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to heed the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? What did he do? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could be part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. Yeah, he wanted to make sure that no one found out that that Chihiro was a boy. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all of that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
That's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can, and that's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you the embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Dai Iwata. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was the only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. But he wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starving kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. The older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. And the beginning of everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started thinking about how he would have to take over the gang from his older brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I
gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. No matter what, I gotta win.
don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead, reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Oh, he like saved Mondo's life. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I messed up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dad had never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. Aw, it's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own other brother. I don't know why I read it like that, but it's close enough. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why... Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with some kind of fuzzy uneasiness. Just started swirling around. Never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to say, or think, or say. But after a while, that fuzziness, uneasiness, turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. Right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
I mean, you've been keeping a secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I had been living with myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
Tell about us. So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying
What?
if I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. Jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had a strength to face his own weakness, to try to overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. I was so jealous of him. That jealousy broke me.
What?
You making
What?
fun of me? I'm strong. You messing with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Supposed to sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I really, really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. Had the dumbbell in my hands. I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
You're so normally aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. His weakness that lived in his heart, lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Couldn't come free of his regrets from the outside world. He just doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up! You son of a... Go ahead and say it again. I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. What I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Wada, the ultimate biker leader.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh. Let's see what Mondo's punishment is gonna be. Oh? I think Monokuma has a- yeah. Wait, yeah, Monokuma has a pompadour too. Wow. Oh, we got a circus ring? Cage of Death. Uh-oh. Here we go. Spinning. Oh! It's like causing like electricity. Oh, Monokuma's tired. Did he just disintegrate? What happened to him? Oh? Mondo butter. Oh no! He turned into butter! That's no good.
Life and death, and your soul will be forever in peace.
It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Oh, he's upset. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again, but of course, he had to. What a disappointment. Is this the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Yeah, I want to know that too. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I had seen him.
Well,
So you're saying that you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? Okay. Byakuya is officially like the worst character in this entire game, I think. Like, even over like the murderers and everything, like, he's just making things difficult for no reason. I really don't appreciate it. So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene?
But
Damn, man, if we figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Or we hadn't figured out. Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned to me and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for.
correct.
So that was your reason? Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes. We're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
You like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating.
These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to a level of childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory has foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. See, except he's not. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Did we do it? Is that it? Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew it wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was a kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, and made more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Oh.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Oh.
But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Oh, is there a spy?
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Ooh, there's a spy involved. That's it. Chapter 2's done, right? Yeah. We did it! Oh, there's only 10 students left. To be continued. Alright, well. Crazy diamond present. Nice. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save. And then that'll be it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like, subscribe. I know this one was a bit longer. The trial videos are always going to be longer. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is. And I'll see you in the next one, alright? Bye!